Hello everybody. Welcome to Pathologic. So, we're near the end of day 3. We've completed all our quests. We know the plague is out there. Our reputation is starting to fall. So, definitely going to be back to hunting bandits a little later. But one thing we hadn't finished today was... One moment. There we go. My cursor was not locked to the screen. We didn't find the kid that the Bachelor was supposedly helping. This is not the right house. So the Bachelor was looking for evidence of the plague and was actually looking for the horror specs and stuff like that. But there was supposed to be a kid he was testing schmouters for. And I assumed I could find that kid and get a schmouter. I don't know if that's true, but I'm willing to check. All I want is schmouters. Welp. Otherwise, looking forward to starting day 4 and things getting more complicated. Here is he? I don't see anybody out of place. Maybe they're all gone because the quest is completed, or maybe they weren't there, I suppose. They are all gone. Hello, Propane Panda. So this is the house the Bachelor was in. There wasn't anybody else in here. Tempted to do something dangerous. Woohoo! Still drugs. Alright, good stuff. Is it really stealing if... I guess, is anybody anywhere else? Thank you for those bits. Much appreciated. Not today, Blake Cloud. might get infected going up here, but that's fine. That's what we saved for. Oh, there's a dying woman. And another dying woman. No children with schmouters, though. Well, that one got me. Your final form. Congratulations on your 5K bit badge. So nobody's in there. I did not have a rest in peace command. I won't deny that that is a thing in some places, but I definitely did not program one. You know, I'm just gonna check this building anyway. Pathetic coughs or whatever. Okay, so the answer is no to all of that. You now are a bagel, Propane Panda. Congratulations. No one else has the bagel badge. I can't help but feel like there's gotta be something around here. You know, maybe that's stupid, but I feel like I don't quite understand Clara's run yet. Congratulations, you found my death emote. That is definitely a thing I have. I don't remember what the command for that is, but... Ah! Congratulations. You may now make fun of me when I die. This is your reward. Yeah, I'm definitely not seeing a kid with a schmouter in the Plague District that the Bachelor was supposed to meet. No, I do not have any schmouters. I don't know if I'm fact-checking The Bachelor, but I am worried that I'm missing things I may want later. I'm wondering if part of the gag here is the Bachelor just went to the wrong house because he doesn't know the town at all. That's fine. You got me. I need to check upstairs. Lots of very sick dying people. Okay. Maybe they don't exist. I have no idea. Clearly, I just needed to finish my gin. Okay. Well. I feel like I had very thoroughly searched the town. I guess I'm mostly killing time. Bounding back my own matter, yeah. Ooh. Found some twire. Yes, that is where they burn the bowl. Hasn't happened yet, but yes. That is where it happens. I'm just gonna use Anna's bed for a bit. We are hungry. Eat our fish. Let's go hunting for bad men. You are not a bad man. Have you bandages? Tourniquet is good enough, thank you. So how are you doing, Propane Panda? I know I saw you recently, but it feels like we haven't had much of a chance to talk. Things going okay? I don't know why that lady is running from me. Oh, is my reputation getting too low? Is that what's happening? Schmatter child. Don't run from me. Please trade with me. Drugs. I don't need drugs. I found drugs. Shops aren't going to sell to me right now. I need to find some muggers to kill. I suppose I could go heal some sick people. But I'd rather find muggers to kill, because that'll help my reputation and my coin. Innovation Summit still sounds exciting, even if it is just the higher-ups trying to farm ideas off you. small part of me still hopes and believes that maybe you do enough of the right thing, people will respect and try to elevate you. Maybe you'll have the best idea, and they will pay you for more ideas. A few extra hours, nice. I am hoping, I'm worried in this run that because I haven't found a Schmouter yet, I'm behind. And the Schmouter girls are not giving me more Schmouters, and I kind of really need them to. It's not going to be too long before there's just not enough town left for the children to be around. I would also be interested in hanging. You know, my days are free. We can get together and paint. I have lots of trees to paint. I really kind of need to get on that. I would love to see your freshly painted armies. Absolutely. Okay, let us give this man some money. I have 20,000. You know, let's go insane. 4,000. There. Now my reputation is good. I was going to see if I could save up money to buy protective clothing, but, you know, I guess that'll do. I'm finally at the point where I play the game well enough I can dip into plague houses and steal stuff, which will give me a lot more resources than I have in other runs, so I expect I will actually be flush with cash. In fact, I'm usually flush with cash with all of the runs, but I'm also nervous about it, so... No bandits yet. I definitely feel like I should be seeing some by now. Gold bracelet that I don't even have room for. find a shop to sell these at, huh? Probably want food at some point. I ate up the last of my food. Do this while my reputation's still good. Yeah, we've seen bracelets before. This is a gold ring. This is a bracelet. I apologize for getting them incorrect, but yes. We have seen them before. I feel like I should be getting more for the ammo than I am, but whatever. I'm gonna go back and get those bone necklaces. Let's see, I know there's a clothing shop near the Crucible. Let's go check that out. Protective clothing is usually extremely expensive, but I also feel like I'm going to have lots of money this run, since I'm taking time to hunt bandits. So I should take advantage of that. Okay, there we go. We made it. We made it. What you got, homie? You have some ankle boots. Not gonna lie, I was hoping for more. But you know, I've got cash. Like thighs. I was hoping for like a coat, like an executor's cloak. That'd be nice. Obviously, an executor's cloak would be absurd. That'd be so much right now. But you know, any kind of large jacket or gloves of some kind would be nice. Still an hour and a half till midnight. Can't even watch the play yet. I'm guessing closer to the termitary is more like the bad part of town. Which is probably a statement on living conditions and working conditions. You have gloves, and they're cheap too. They're cheap, disposable gloves. I will take them. Maybe we'll encounter a plague cloud that doesn't kill us. Got a letter at 11. I know why they call me a thief. That's how they name anyone who is hiding from the law. This is our worst enemy, the law. As merciless, cruel, and unrighteous as it is, the law thinks nothing of whatever falls between the arms of its scale. The law does not believe in anything that falls in between the black and white. The law is impossible to appease. Its motion is heavy and devastating. For the time being, you have escaped its all-seeing eye. You were thinking, perhaps, that it won't find you here? That's how it was for a long time. As of today, however, everything has changed. Were my traces uncovered? Is my miraculous power not enough to hide myself? Ow. No dope jackets yet. Okay, we'll be on the lookout. Try to get something real snazzy. They do. They are disposable latex gloves, so they do have all their fingers. 45 minutes. They don't even change the way my hands look. Garbage game, 2 out of 10. I think I do more damage when I shoot them in the head with my energy blasts. Yep, headshots. So I make a big circle. Head back towards the theater. I would really like it if Andre Stamatin would sell me anything other than Twireen when I bring him herbs. You know, like food. That's the one that had clothes. I know there's more than 2 clothing shops, I just can't remember where they are. They've sort of not mattered up till now. They probably still don't matter. But I'm choosing to try.
The day is over. Your timely efforts allowed your supporters to remain unharmed. A new mime performance is being rehearsed at the theater.
Perfect timing.
So?
It stays away from dead bodies, disappearing from corpses without a trace. It's been established that you can outweight it if you're careful and discreet. The glass will keep the best, as it's supposed to.
What does it mean?
It means we have a fighting chance. The infectious agent only sticks to living matter and is repelled by dead surfaces. Those who remain indoors are more likely to survive. Scurrying and making a fuss means death. All in all, we can fight.
You self-serving jerk. You've got your own agenda, haven't you? You're always up for a fight. You just need an adversary. What about the people?
Hush. Don't you get in his way. He seems to have a plan.
It's all wrong. It's no good at all.
It's wild that at the end of that it's focusing on the image of Victoria. Thanks, Mark.
The town is undergoing a vicious transformation. Its internals have changed already, giving birth to a plethora of juvenile life forms.
Right. Anyway. Let's go see what Mommy and Daddy would have us do today. New Plague District. Cool, and they're just on my map. The fact that the Plague Districts are just on my map really does suggest that Clara already knows where they're all going to be. Almost like she's caused them. She is the plague. Or something, I don't know. Alcohol's making me yawny. This calls for a hard save. Beginning of a new day. Let's do this.
It is as if my temples were pierced with needles. Do something.
The events are unfolding too fast, but we must continue to act. There is no time to waste. Now I know for certain that it was them, the Utopians, someone from among them, or the entire lot. We must wrestle people out of their camp, one at a time. I'm ready. Today we shall strike where they don't expect us to. You will talk to Mark Immortel. He is the director at the theater who stages prophetic mime performances with the masks. Some time ago, he staged a performance about the death of King Kuron. He knew Simon would die. Interesting. So this is the first time the theater's performances have been acknowledged. And Katerina knows that they're prophetic, and in fact interpreted one of their performances about Simon dying. Interesting. You're shaking. Why? There's even sweat on your brow. This is almost too important for me. I've had a prophetic dream in which the Bachelor was going to turn the theater into a leper colony. Just let Marquis Mortel know about this. Let him find a way to stop it. I need the theater badly. We need it. I can feel it. How's he going to stop it? What does it matter? He can make the building unusable for the Bachelor's purposes. It's important that I should keep it, for purposes of my own. I can sense that my powers of prophecy have to do with that place. The masks and their soothsaying must be involved, too. Who could help me? Maria knows. She's the only one who can influence him, and I think he is one of her suitors. No one except Maria knows how to get to Mark. But don't you go to her. You're not strong enough to take her on yet. Think of something. Alright, Mother. I'll do what you're asking me to do. Utopian heresy reigns over the mind of Mark Immortel, the stage director and puppeteer of the town theater. Katerina looks worried out of her mind whenever she speaks of Mark.
Barley the barber is the leader of the gang. Some barber.
There's a couple people who've mentioned him just sort of briefly. Young Vlad talks about him because he's one of the people that he gave a panacea to. So we know he's a real person in the town, and so people know of him and must have some conversations with him, but they all mostly leave him alone. Nobody's actually talked about Mark's work before. Heck, the fact that the tragedians and executors are theater performers, no one else mentions. So, there's that. How are you doing, my daughter? Have you had plenty of work today? I can see this is not what you want to ask me about. Has something happened? Are you willing to continue helping me in the future? Gladly. Now I'm convinced that grief is the culprit. This man, this kingpin of the warehouses, smuggler and death peddler, has now let gangs of thugs loose on the streets. You can see what's going on. They cut people down, they murder women, they rob homes. They are too much for the patrolmen. How could he have caused the epidemic? Bachelor Dankovsky found during his investigation that Grief had ordered thieves to dump infected corpses into the river. No, he didn't. This is just a lie. What? Anything up to several dozen. The thieves refused to reveal their location. In fact, they are altogether denying having done it. The claim must certainly be examined. Why would they do that with the corpses, I mean? They probably wanted to hide the bodies, which can only indicate that the thieves had a hand in those people's deaths. You think they deliberately infected people? That's what I'd like to know. I'd like to know if it's true, and if yes, the exact location where they dumped those corpses, before we stamp out the whole nest of vipers. And we are going to have to stamp it out. He's done too much evil already, this Grief. Perhaps he's not directly responsible, but indirectly is enough for us. Will our manpower suffice? There are cutthroats everywhere. You won't have to fight bandits. Do you really think I'm asking you to do what I've just talked our bloodthirsty bachelor out of? I've already assembled a roundup squad led by a brave patrolman named Wolf. They will find the killer's lair once Grief's guilt is proven. Why look for it? We know where Grief's quarters are. A wily lowlife is denying everything. He feigned fear and pretended to have nothing to do with it. He acted his part so well that he even raised the alarm himself. Yet I'm sure it's Grief who's inciting the killers, as well as buying up their victims' stolen belongings. Ask him if it's true. I'm sure it is. I'll ask. That's not all. I suspect that Grief employs the old Gimski's protection in exchange for giving them kickbacks from his illicit trade in Twirene. Grief does not trade in Twirene. What are you on about? Should Vlad take offense, I'd prefer to face him fully armed. Ask Grief if it's true. I'd like to know everything about him before he's dealt with. Who could know things about him? You know, things. He won't open up unless I catch his soul with a hook. I don't know. Olgibsky surely knows something, but he will say nothing. Think. Do your own research. I'll try. I think I know who that could be. Bad Grief, a robber and a thief. Princeling of the underworld. That is today's quest, is to interrogate Bad Grief. Side quest is Mark. But who would know about him that's not Maria? My only guess is the Bachelor and the horror specs for these. Bachelor for Mark and the horror specs for Bad Grief. I feel like I must be way off, but even still. Wait. Laura. Okay, this is some future understanding, but in Pathologic 2, it's established that the horror specs, Laura and Bad Grief, were childhood friends. They were a trio of young troublemakers, obviously going on different paths as they grew up, but let's go around and talk to people as we go. We'll avoid talking to Maria about Mark and the Olginskis about Grief. See if we find a better lead. I'd hate to mess up the quest because I talked to the wrong person first.
My arms are flaccid, as if made of cotton wool.
People have definitely died because of Laura. That part I know. We also know she has it in her to attempt murder. She, you know, does buy a gun to try to kill Block. That doesn't go anywhere, but she could get lucky.
A stranger brought me a peculiar vial today.
You walk everywhere, afraid of nothing. I need your help again. Would you agree to do something for me? What is it? There's a manhunt going on for young Barak. It appears that your patron, Alexander, is behind it, but he's unfair towards Barak. Why? The Haruspex doesn't just chop up the dead for his own amusement. He's trying to create a panacea. Please, find out what's happening and stop Alexander's punishing hand. He's blinded. Alright, I'll help him. I'll reward you if you help the Haruspex. I haven't done anything yet. Okay, just go back to Daddy. Find out what's up. It's not that far. I guess I'll just double back now. Might as well. Now that I'm back here, Anna is a performer. Think she ever tried to work with Mark? Think she ever tried to sleep with Mark? Yeah, Mark may have said no, but that doesn't mean she didn't try.
That's okay, I'll make it. I'm made of wood.
They say you're hunting down the Haruspecs. Is that true? Yes, and it's good that you've mentioned it. Why? Because I've decided that today shall see the end of any and all killers who use scalpels, razors, knives, barber scissors, or any other manner of blades. The epidemic mowed down human lives is bad enough on its own. The streets will be safe, in daytime as well as at nighttime. The Haruspecs is not one to get caught easily. The Executor's just reported that he's seen in an infected district very close to the works, as it happens. He's scouring through abandoned houses, looting, obviously. We could lure him into an ambush. You could. How? Tell him that Dr. Rubin is waiting for him back home with urgent business to discuss. This Rubin, by the way, is himself highly suspicious. Are the rumors true that he refuses to hand over Simon's body to the Canes? Georgie is furious. Something's wrong here. And is it true about Rubin? No, no one knows where Rubin is. The Canes dispatched 100 men. They've been searching for him since yesterday, turning half the town inside out, but he's still nowhere to be found. I, however, am going to search the other half, and I have a feeling I will succeed. Then the Canes will understand who they're dealing with. And this Haruspex, he's in one of the infected houses. Be quick. This will be more proof that you stand on the side of the law. We'll see. I don't like this request. It feels too much like a betrayal. One of these houses. Okay. Quickly building up our things to do. I'll poke in and see Andre, see if he has anything new for sale. Then we'll check with Anna. Then probably work our way down to Aspity while we look for the Haruspecs. That should well cover this half of town.
Barley the Barber is the leader of the killers. Was it long ago that he kneeled and crawled before me here?
Just Tyrene. He wants 10 herbs for it. I'm beginning to think holding on to these herbs is just not worth it. I guess that one's pretty good. That one's better. I would need a lot more herbs. Okay. If I get 10 herbs, maybe I'll buy 1 Tyrene extract. Between that and the clothes, maybe I'll be able to go through an infected house more easily. Anna, you know any secrets about Mark?
The paint is peeling off me. So ugly.
Nope. Just an herb bride in the middle of town. Are you judging me or do you sympathize? If nothing makes you warm, then that means there's no warmth inside you. I know the dance. When I dance, I exist. I offer my juices to the earth, luring Twire out of it. But after that, when Twire blooms, I don't get drunk with the odor. So it's you who we owe the Twire blooming to. I don't know if you're to be thanked. Yep, she definitely said she gives her juices to the earth. That's a thing she said. Those were words I read with my eyeballs. I don't think you need to see yourself to jail. I think she meant that. Okay, let's go this way. Well, now we understand part of what makes the Herb Brides special. They are the ones that dance because the Twire doesn't affect them. So that's interesting. That means the Herb Brides don't need to eat as much as we do. Just as a extra added effect there. I got 'em, boys.
Lies always turn out to be true. Don't mess with Earth.
What? Lies do not always turn out to be true. What? Aspity. That's not even complex nonsense. You're better than that. I'm disappointed in you. It's just any house. I guess they know we have to save Scum. I suppose that's a bit representative of our ability to be psychic. I feel like I saw that rocking chair move. Whatever. I feel like doing this quest is gonna hurt my reputation anyway. Savarov wants someone to blame, and if I don't find it, the blame falls on me. I do want to pass through this house, though. Can I pass through? No, there's no door on this side. Never mind. Pass back through this one. This is the first one I was in. That one. And that, and that. Do this. There's going to be a lot of moaning and screaming. Out. Go back in. Check the upstairs. I'm just going through here. Nope. Okay. Makes these 3 checks. Let's get this one on the end. Artemy! Found him! I'm sick of you already. Why won't you stop interrupting my work? Get lost. You bring me bad luck. I just wanted to say there's an ambush laid for you. Don't go home today. Really? Who laid it? Alexander Savarov, my adoptive father, detests you. For no good reason, I'd say. Thank you. What was your name again? Clara. You're welcome. Okay, Artemy rescued. Laura will rejoice at the news. That done. We go over to Bad Grief. We go to Grace. Work our way over to Bad Grief. Find out he did not endorse Barley the Barber unless there's a secret plot twist around it, in which case I will be very disappointed in Bad Grief, because thus far it's been very straightforward.
The Gravediggers have scattered. Where are they?
Thanks for nothing, Grace. I mean, you're sweet, whatever. Okay. I don't have Bad Grief's secret yet. Shoot. I gotta check everywhere else first. Okay, let's check everywhere else first. Is that bandit battling a child? No. Just an old working man. I don't expect I mean, Nothkid might know a grief secret, I suppose. They are enemies.
No time for ching wagon.
Are we friends yet? Quite possibly. Cool, that's good talk. I don't expect anything from Murky, but we're rarely down here. Might as well check in. She does have my doll. I do feel like the find someone who knows a secret about Mark and someone who knows a secret about Bad Grief has like the structure of a puzzle, but not the reality of one. The reality is a lot closer to pixel hunting. The fact is, they're all in the same town. Everybody's got a relationship.
Dad used to bring food from the factory.
Pixel hunting in the steppe. Young Vlad, then Ruben, then work our way up. I suspect I'm going to need to talk to Maria and the Olgimskis. It being bad ideas doesn't mean that's not what I'm supposed to do. I know there were concerns about me talking to the Olgimskis, so we're going to quick save before talking to young Vlad. Just like normal. Hey, buddy. Very nice.
Don't tell me that's not what you were expecting.
Okay. Thanks for nothing, Vlad. Ruben is this way. I feel like this, right now, is the first time the walking speed has bothered me. I don't know if it's just that I was well prepared for it or what, but in the other runs, I did find it provided me opportunity to think and to talk through my thoughts, and I enjoyed that. Right now, I feel like there's actually just not a lot going on. I'm not worried about being double-crossed or triple-crossed or whatever. I'm not curious about who's sending me to do what. It's just taking time to get places. No part of this is an actual mystery, and part of that has to do with the way that they've structured surprises in this run. I don't know what kind of batshit thing someone's going to say to me out of nowhere, which makes it more surprising when it happens, but that also means there's no use speculating. Ruben's room is locked. Okay. It's probably safe to talk to Capella, right? Maybe we should just not, just to be sure. Let's go back to Laura, and then we'll work our way through the Crucible, skipping Maria. Get to the Bachelor. If I were to change Clara's run, what would I make the focus? It's hard for me to say right now because I'm not sure where they're going with it as it currently exists. But I do think the thing about the Bachelor and the Horospex run is they are divided in binaries. You know, it's the town or the polyhedron, or it's cure versus prevention. And Clara's perspective should be, to my understanding, there's always a third option. And that third option usually involves saying, fuck the system. And I wonder if part of the problem that I'm feeling is there isn't a third pillar to the gameplay. There should be, because you've got walking, combat, and conversation. Like, those should be the three pillars of the gameplay we have here. But the reality is everyone does all three of those. So I don't know if there's a way to make it distinct in that way. Is Mark sick? There are 2 executors outside the theater. Why are there 2 executors outside the theater? What is going on with Mark? What? What do you want, little girl? I'm looking for Mark Immortel. I want to talk to him. Mark's not here anymore, and I don't think he's coming back. What? What? Where is he then? Don't keep me waiting. He's gone to seek justice from the rulers. Will he find it? Or he may have found shelter with some good friends. But are they really his friends? Time will tell, my child. Time will tell. And you, go and live your life while you still can. Have a coin. Do something for the sick. Okay, Mark... Yeah, okay, that makes sense. He's in the Crucible because the Utopians... From one gate to the other, so daring and brave. Man's life is a path from cradle to grave. Okay, so Mark is hanging out with the Utopians. They are providing him protection and shelter. Mark is with the Canes. Okay, Laura, I warned your boyfriend about the police trying to kill him. You said something about a reward?
There are dark rings under your eyes.
I've warned Barack. You did everything right, Clara. Take this gift. It's modest, but it'll be useful to you in these difficult times. Thank you. 2 things of smoked meat? And a torphine? I don't think that's a small gift. 2 things of smoked meat is great. Laura is passing out that smoked meat. Ow. I think I got new painkillers. Make sure I have a really good afternoon nap. Let's skip over Maria for now. No mark here.
I'm deadly tired.
What?
Okay, the Kane boys are useless. Let's try Ava and the Bachelor. If there's nothing there, I have one more idea.
Can you feel how rapid my heartbeat is?
Truth does not do as much good in the world as the appearance of truth does evil.
They said Mark was with the creators. In the town, yes, that line, that often refers to the Kanes. And it's possible Mark is with Maria. Put it on your tombstone. I will keep that in mind. But I do wonder if Mark is in the polyhedron. Mark knows about the children. Mark, with his prophetic mime performances, could be aware enough that he knows it's a sandbox. The sandbox is written on the curtain of the theater. And after a couple of days, the plague is spreading, he starts to get concerned, so he goes to the children to confront them about the game they're playing. He said he's seeking justice from the creators. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he's just at Maria's. If nothing's up here, I'll reload and we'll find out. But if I'm right, this will be amazing. Dang it. Well, I tried. I guess I'm going to Maria. Because there's no one else. Unless for some reason I think Peter or Sticky have something important to say to me. I'm going here, and I'm going to Bat Grief's lair. Hi, Mark. Maria.
I often feel like someone's looking at us from the other side. Oh, Mother. Why can't you be here with us?
Well, that's just charming. I'm so curious that I'm not even going to kill her. Let's ask her now, Mark. And remember what I told you then. What do you want, Changeling? I need to talk to Mark, but in private, without you. See, Mark? Shall we give her a chance, perhaps? It'll be a lot of fun. So what was it you were hoping to tell Mark? Could it be the same thing you told my Uncle Georgie the other day? Actually, I'm beginning to get angry. I should be angry now, but this is just too amusing. You've come to charm us. You're charming. No, don't say anything. You're doing a great job, but you really should have picked someone weaker for a start. Then this wouldn't have felt so inane, and we could do away with you without a second thought. When it's like this, though, we just don't have the heart. So I've been saved by my sheer lack of artifice? Of course, Clara. Surely you didn't think those tricks would work on us? Or is there really something you're missing? Could I be the naive one? And you, the saint? Let's see. No, not even remotely. You do feel I can break you with a mere effort of my will, don't you? On the contrary, it is I who will devour you, foolish woman. Well, it hurt my reputation to talk to her. Well, hello there. You must be running an errand for Katerina. She needs a certain something, doesn't she? And I bet she's feeling uneasy. How did you guess? It's written all over your face. But let's get right down to business. Seeing as you have very little time, the walls of this house are pernicious to you, little imp. What is it, then, that's causing your displeasure with me? Or, say, with the most charming mistress of this hospitable house? What did you call me? That was affectionate. I could take my words back, though. Admittedly, you don't quite fit the definition yet. But you're almost there. Although there's still some hope left, perhaps a miracle will happen and you'll turn away from that path. You've challenged heaven. You're the reason for all that's happening now. Now those are some strong words. You're much too impressionable, my child. Katarina's only dabbling in prophetic rhetoric because it's her last resort. Now that she's foreseen the beginning of the end, an ugly trick to pull, and cheap too, take professional's word for it. Yours is a world without faith. Why all the twisted notions? Why are you so hateful? It's only play acting, all of it. Like any game, play acting is a mere shadow of existence. A tiny fragment of it, a semblance. Not a hollow semblance, mind you. Quite the contrary, filled to the brim. Play acting is fuller than reality, since it's smaller. You're always play acting, always a mummer. That's why you have this manner of explaining things. Yes, that's what I am indeed. And while we're at it, I ought to explain to you what Katarina's business is with the theater. It's got nothing to do with these masks of mine. But there is, you see, this creature living down there, an abomination of a spirit, a taunter and a tormentor. We call it the Rat Prophet. Right. Right, we knew this from previous runs. Katarina's dream visions are linked to the theater, because they're not psychic visions. The Rat Prophet is whispering to her in her sleep. Now you're not making any sense. Yes, the thing is, Katarina's barren. She can't predict the future. That creature can, though, and it visits her at night. Unlike a true mistress, however, it can tell lies, and it's certainly good at telling the right lies. I don't believe you. Go and convince yourself, then. The creature is in there now. Speak these words to the masks, earlobe and eyelid, and they'll let you pass. It will lie to me too. How am I supposed to convince myself? The Rat Prophet is in the theater. Okay. I was gonna say, that is combat music. What? Get wrecked, punk. Did Maria have him waiting outside for me? Honestly, kind of a boss move if she did. It's my headcanon now. Okay. Thanks, advantage. Hey, you. These hands are rated E for everyone. Earlobe and eyelid mask. Let me through. Go in then. Look at her. Not scared at all, the cute little thing. Careful with that talon. It's a child. It's a child in a mask. Greetings, Plague Dear. Wait just a bit more. We're almost done embellishing your throne. The very heart of the town shall become the Temple of the Pest. You'll have the world at your feet soon. Plague? Me? Well, that is your nature. It would seem that you're right. And what is your nature, Prophet? I'm leaving. Gotta lay low for a while. See you underground. And I'll always be glad to see you. You, of all people, should know I'm not as all mendacious as my jealous detractors would make me look. You'll always be my welcome guest. You really trust me so much? Oh, just rejoice, will you? Your actions have attracted the attention of the almighty powers that be. Do you know what they want from you? They'll send you a note today. Forget your silly little tricks. Now your only chance to prove you are not the plague is to perform a genuine miracle. So the powers that be will tell me what to do. Think twice before doing as they tell you, though. Those guys are a bunch of little liars. It's all just a game for you. How dare you? In the end, you'll be surprised to find out that everything that you've heard, every single thing, was the honest truth, even the seemingly contradictory ones. I'll drop by again later for more sage advice. I am to tell Katerina about the Rat Prophet. How many times are you gonna spawn a mugger as soon as I leave a room, huh? Miss me with that weak stuff. It's not even 7 yet. I haven't had the day's death count yet. Look at me crushing these quests. We'll go back to Katerina. Tell her about the Rat Prophet. What Mark said about them. And we'll take a Novocaine nap. We'll be ready to go for the rest of the day. Old Gimski's in bad grief. Mark called me an imp. And while he didn't take the words back, he said that he could, because I don't quite fit the description yet. There is still hope for me. I appreciate you defending Clara's honor. Katerina, there's a rat that whispers to you at night, and it's actually psychic.
The wheel of my fortune has touched me in a dream.
I've talked to Mark as you asked. And so, pray tell, don't keep me waiting. Do you trust my insight? Do you know that I can read people's souls? Would I entrust you with such things if I didn't? Would I let you rewrite and redraw people's destinies if I didn't trust you, my angel? Maria thinks he's under her charms in the ranks of the Utopians. He's playing along, but that's not how it really is. So? Why are you looking at me like that? This was not the most important of what you were going to tell me, was it? Do you know of the Rat Prophet? I sensed something. When you uttered those words, I suddenly felt something familiar, as if something's ran its sharp little claws across my back. It's the creature that whispers false prophecies to you in your sleep. Well then, Thank you, beloved daughter. You've done all you could. So that's who's been visiting me nightly. How frightening. I thought they weren't rats, but kind spirits of the earth. Yes, it is frightening. Quest complete? I am so confused. Yep. I believed every word she said. Why wouldn't I believe her if I can sense the truth with my very being? I can tell truth from lies. I am certain of that. Then how to explain what has happened? Katerina herself was deceived, so the truth she was telling reflected whatever lies someone told her? How is this even possible? Cool. But according to the rat prophet, who we know can tell lies about the future that he knows are true, that everything's true, all of the time. The morning of the 4th day has come. The powers that be are getting increasingly worried. It all ends in less than 9 days. Day 4, by the end of which it becomes apparent to the changeling that someone is twisting her good deeds. I was supposed to take a nap there. I guess I'll do it at Capella's. I know I wasn't supposed to talk to the Olymskis. This is probably going to hurt my reputation, but let's go find out what they know about Bad Grief. Freaking... Gosh dang it. But I have gloves and booties.
It's hard.
Okay, nothing but big glad.
It's the same power that my dear mother used to glimmer with.
Full health from the drugs. Those were great. Guess we're going to Bad Grief. There isn't anyone else to talk to. already met with the horror specs. This feels a bit like I'm making a mistake. Hey, are you a knife killer?
Them souls and a half are a bold lot. Or did they think Barley's gonna play tag with him? Game over, fellas.
I have a question for you, Grief. I'm a trifle tired, I am. Ah, well, my life's barely begun, and it's almost lights out time already. Questions. Who's got time for that? Oh no, I ain't angry at all. Just tired. 'Tis all because of them questions. You agree to answer one, and a bit of your life's blood escapes with the answer. With the anger. Anger is our life's blood, little pimple. I feel sorry for you. You must be in pain. Whoa, whoa. Who are you to feel sorry for me, you little tot, eh? I won't tolerate anyone's pity. I've got my own pity to spare. Ain't you a kind little lass, a loving little one, making me go all soft on you with? Where'd that anger go? No anger in sight. None at all. There's a reason for that, Grief. We are alike, you and I. Our paths have crossed for a reason. Yeah, you're a thief too. I know. Takes one to know one. And so you're always a welcome guest here. Why am I a thief? Why, I've heard the stories about a lass on the run from the law, ready to have her head rolling without mercy, and the conviction's just that, theft. The conviction's just that, theft. I respect that. They want to extinguish you once for all. I wonder what you stole. Must be something real important to the state. Better tell me why there are thugs posted around your warehouse standing there twiddling their knives. How else are we to defend ourselves against Barley the cunt? Son of a bitch has lured all my men away from me, promising carnage. Those animals didn't go over to his side for the plunder, just out of sheer blood fucking lust. And who do I have left? There, go ahead, feast your eyes. My loyal faithful, that's the lot. Ow, one gets what one gets. As they say, beggars can't be choosers. Why are you hiding your eyes? Don't you know I have the gift of seeing through any lie? Cut the bragging, thief darling. A gift like that spells early death, you know. Must be the reason Saburov took you in, you poor little soul. So you can see through any lie, eh? How about seeing the fact that I haven't taken a single life? None at all. Am I supposed to just make up that truth, or what? Living the thieving. I've got myself a lad who can vouch for me, all right. He's the best kind of advocate man could have, too, because he's my enemy. Little prick never misses a chance to smear my honest thief's name in more dirt. It's that pesky little punk Notkin. Had it in for me since forever. Keeps setting his whelps on me, too. And they have a nose for our lot's sins. They won't let any go unnoted. Ask him, then, if I'm a killer. And I will. I also love talking to Bad Grief. I think his text is some of the best written in the game. His accent is so apparent. His voice actor for the one-lines are so good. He's just dripping with character.
How do I fix my legs?
Grief says he's been falsely accused. Is that true? Oh, Phelan? Not a clean spot left on that one. Name a crime, any crime, he'll be guilty of it. What did he get himself accused of this time? Interesting. Of spreading the epidemic. What? Who said that? That's what I'm asking. They're benefiting from the outbreak, that much is true. See, there's this little-known fact. It could all be because of the twirene peddled by the thieves. There's been this special twirene lately. It's black. It's surrounded by so many fears and prohibitions that there must be a reason. Black twirene? Do you think the disease has been spreading through it? Use that talent of yours to ask him about the black twirene. I'd love to see how shifty his eyes will get. Thanks for the good advice, Notkin. Guilty or not guilty, it's hard to tell, but Notkin mentioned that Bad Grief was selling something called black twirene. I do know from playing as Artemide, black twirene makes all of your medicines worse. It is not worth using on any level.
Them souls and a half for a bold lot. Or did they think Barley's gonna play tag with him? Game over, fellas.
Now I'm gonna ask you some questions, Grief, on behalf of your greatest fear, and you're going to answer them. What? Philin, oh Philin, I know of you this. You knew ahead of time about the disaster that was to strike the town. Will you agree to touch me, to brave the depths, to answer my questions candidly and without prejudice? Sure, kiddo, ask away. Where did you get my name, anyway? Did Saburov whisper it to you, the scum? You're not asleep? So do you still want to ask those questions? See, this little thingy on my neck? It's a step talisman. Against Maris like you, all right, I'm not mad. Age-old custom of give and take and everything. I can get behind that. Do a tiny little favor for me, and I'll do the answering for you. What were you saying about touching? Little tot? Anyway, ain't you a piece of work? Wow. He's got an anti-psychic reading from Clara Talisman. Some miracle worker she is. Speak. The Saburov scum's trying to frame me. Knife attacks and other kinds of nastiness. Now, can you imagine me cutting someone with a knife, Of course you can't. I'm not guilty of any of that, and neither are my lads. Now, Saburov, he's not angry on account of the people, just on account of his people. I want to give him the actual cutthroat so that he leaves me alone. I'll clear my own reputation in the process, too, so it's a win-win. Look at your own fellows standing there. You could run through 3 people with one of those knives they got. Are they just a deterrent? Yep, they sure are. And I can prove it. It's not they who carve people up, alright? Especially not Saburov's people. Go ahead, prove it. There's a trophy lying in Barley's lair. Sack. Just make sure you don't open it or look inside, kiddo. Weasel your way into Barley's trust, Then steal that bag. Bring it to Saburov and tell him where you found it. That's it. The town becomes one cutthroat lighter. That's a lot to do. And keep your pretty little mouth shut, will you? Don't you mention you're doing it for me, If you doubt my word, you can ask Barley if it was his doing. Go ahead. You watch out now. I'm gonna talk to Barley? That doesn't sound right. I suppose I should make sure I have room in my inventory for a bag. Okay. I have a slot. Is this guy not going to attack me because he's one of Barley's men? Nope, he's attacking me. Okay. Some use the Watchmen are here. Hello? I've just killed a man. Okay. I'm up to 11 other knives. You got any meat? Oop. Just ammo. You got any meat? You do. Fresh meat. You ain't getting in. Look, you are ill. Put your sharp knife away and I'll help you. Oh, I've heard about you. You can heal with your hands. Just go ahead, but be careful. Keep calm. Yeah, consider yourself judged. And who would this little creature here be? Want to get a bob or a ponytail? Want me to saw you up in half with my razor too? Or should I just squash you with my nail, huh? Come to warn you, I have a very important message. I'm gonna count to 3 now. If you manage to surprise me, you'll live. If you don't, you won't. Duh. 1, 2. Do you hear that noise from the corner behind you? Guess who's hiding there? What is happening? Right. Got the bag. Oh, it wasn't Bad Grief who slaughtered the volunteer patrolman. Father will know what to do. I need to hurry. Interesting. A soggy sack that contains a human head. I'm gonna turn this into Saburov, let him know Bad Grief didn't do anything. That'll be where we stop the stream for now, but then after that we'll want to go back to Bad Grief, because I'm sure he will pay me. Although, me showing back up to the governor's house with a severed head in a bag and saying, no, it wasn't the criminal mastermind you sent me after. I just found this for reasons. That's not gonna look great for me. those will stack, that's fine. I had not considered a car-sized red bow. No, I hadn't. I do like the idea of it, though. It would make me taller.
They say hitting hard is a good enough start.
Father, if only you knew then what I'd had to endure. But I found out that... What? What did you find out? Grief is not the mastermind. He really did prohibit murdering. The killers are being incited by a different man known as Barley the Barber. If it's true, we need to inform the Bachelor immediately. He seems about to try to snatch Wolf's glory from under his nose. I don't understand. Set up a trap for Grief. Sergeant Wolf found out that the killer's ringleader had called up a meeting at a certain secret location. All that remains is to discover that location, and we'll catch Grief red-handed. The ringleader is none other than him. It cannot be anyone else. I don't know about your judgment, Father, but mine has to be fair and impartial. Enough. We'll discuss that later. Now to the business at hand. We need to send a messenger to Wolf at once. See this sack? I stole it from Barley's lair. Take it. It's very heavy. And wet. What's inside it? Show me. Look. It's Wolf's head. The sergeant in charge of the operation. The one who first found out about the killer's secret meeting. Barley killed him. He's the real leader of the Barber gang. My most trusted patrolman. The sharpest, most skillful and daring. I had him in mind as the replacement for Yakla, who had gone missing. Who am I to rely on now? The blackguard. He has had good as cut off my right hand. I've had him. Where did you say they were hiding? In a large semicircular warehouse on the side of the river. It's quite nearby. They're all done for. I'll crush these ones today, and the rest of them tomorrow. Let Grief breathe for now. He must be in a panic himself. We shall see in 2 days. So you haven't asked about the river yet? I'm going to now. So I've done this Grief a favor, haven't I, Father? Father won't be seeking Bad Grief's head anymore. This is good enough, but the problem of the outbreak remains unsolved. What is this black twirine? I need to ask Bad Grief about it. That is where we're going to stop today. This is the level of protection my clothing is giving me. Spent thousands of rupees on them. Alright, well, thank you both for joining me. I do really appreciate it. We'll be back again next week. We'll go ask Bad Grief if he's the plague bearer. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. Good night.